Hi, I am Karuna Jain from Karuna Healing Center. Today I want to talk about stress and using a different perspective actually. It's a concept and I'm going to try and make it as simple as I can. Do you realize that you're living in a box? We all are. And the boundaries of the box are created by the beliefs that we have. Our belief system in a way limits us because it creates a box around us. Since as humans we all like to be comfortable at all times, we associate more with people who are within our comfort zone, who have similar beliefs as us. And that's why there's this saying, birds of a feather flock together. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that when you are in a box, there is constraints and limitations in your life because your beliefs are going to create constraints. The bigger the box that you live in, more easier life is because you have more options. To me, stress is equivalent to having no options. When you don't have any options, then you get stressed out. But when you have options of solving a problem, then all you have to do is evaluate the best solution. So the smaller the box that you live in, the tighter the beliefs that you have, the more difficult life is going to be for you. You're going to have much more stress, your tolerance levels will be low, your frustrations will be higher, and of course stress is going to be much higher because the box is too small, there's very less movement for you, and you get uncomfortable with many things happening around you because they're all outside your box. So one of the things that you need to do to reduce stress in your life is to learn to expand your box. There are several ways of expanding, but definitely when you are outside the box, you're not going to be comfortable. So whenever you're uncomfortable around, say, certain people or certain situations, you know that you're outside your box. In fact, you know what your box boundaries are because the uncomfortable situations let you know your boundaries, let you know when you're out of your box. So it's important for us to live at the edge of our discomfort, because every time you make something that is uncomfortable comfortable, you have expanded your box. It could be simple things you can do, right? If you're always comfortable wearing certain colors, then maybe sometimes try to wear a different color. Yeah, it's going to make you uncomfortable. And that's the whole purpose, because it's going to help you expand your box. And remember, the same brain is used for everything in our life. The brain does not distinguish between the events. So even changing the color of your shirt, you may say, how does that impact my life? It does, because the brain is expanding now. Whenever you're out of the comfort zone, it's almost like you're rewiring your brain, you're creating new neuron pathways, and therefore your brain is getting bigger. The bigger the brain, the more comfortable life becomes. By comfort, I mean less stressful, because you can handle a lot of things that's going on in the world without getting stressed out. The other most important thing to increase your comfort zone is to mingle with people who have differing views from your own. Yeah, they make you uncomfortable, but they also give you an opportunity to think out of the box, so to speak, out of your own box. So instead of avoiding people who make you uncomfortable, try to see if you can spend some time with these people, because these people are opening a different way of life, a different way of thinking, a different viewpoint. So instead of always interacting with the same people over and over again on the weekdays, on the weekends, try to see if you can find some people who are outside your belief system, who think differently. Even if you don't like their beliefs, it's okay. But just listening to their beliefs allows you to reevaluate your own beliefs, to see whether the beliefs that you're having are really correct, or is there a opportunity to change that belief a little bit. So that is one very, very simple tool of expanding your box, is to start getting out of your comfort zone. do. And one of the things we do all the time as human beings, interact with others, whether it's at work, at home, at the grocery store. So that's an opportunity for you to start opening yourself up. And since we have to interact with people, especially for those who are working, whether you're working from home, working at office, working as a housewife or a house guy, looking after, you're interacting all the time. So learning to be able to interact with more and more people will help you a lot. It's one of the best ways of reducing stress in your life is learning to be comfortable in more and more situations that earlier made you uncomfortable. Remember, the tighter your box, the more things that make you uncomfortable should give you an indication that your box is very narrow. And when the box is narrow, you are going to have a lot of stress. You are going to have a lot of maybe issues with digestion. You'll have issues with the skin, because the organs that manifest stress the fastest are the digestive system and the skin. So a lot of your digestive issues and skin issues may be because you are in too tight a box, because there's too much stress going on for you, and you need to learn how to cope with that stress. So it's a great stress management thing. It's a great thing if you can learn how to start having acquaintances, if not friends, who think different from you. Even if the ideas are crazy. In fact, the more crazy the person, the better, because people who are deemed as crazy by others are people who think very differently, who are actually opening you up to a new world, a new perspective. And because those perspectives are very, very different from yours, you label them as crazy people. But they are the ones who can give you maximum growth potential. They are the ones who can really make you open the box in which you're living. Even if you don't like their belief system, just listening to them helps you to know that maybe your beliefs are too tight. Maybe you need to loosen your beliefs a little bit. Maybe what you thought was a fact is not a fact, and maybe there's a possibility that there is another way of thinking. Maybe there is something in the other person's saying or beliefs that might be true. It just opens a window. All you need to do is open a tiny window. Once you open a tiny window in your brain, you can allow fresh air to come in. Remember, the box is always constraining you. Since you're trying to be comfortable all your life, try to expand your comfort level. That will reduce your stress levels a lot. Very simple concept, and not that difficult to implement actually. Once you start focusing on it, it's not that difficult to expand. Go to places that make you uncomfortable. I know a lot of people who are very rigid about their religious beliefs, and they won't go out of the box there. Well, maybe for you, learn to go to visit a place of somebody else's religious beliefs. Yeah, you won't feel comfortable, and that's the purpose. Maybe you'll learn something, because everybody has something to teach to others. You'll learn to be more tolerant. You'll learn to get out of comfort zone. So do something that is expanding your box every day. Normally people age faster because they have make the box tighter and tighter. Therefore you have older people many times who are more inflexible, more rigid, because their box is so tight, their habits, their beliefs are so ingrained so deeply that there are so many things that make them uncomfortable, and they just want to remain in that comfort zone. So if you want to remain young for the rest of your life, you have to have a big box. Children have big boxes. They are open to all kinds of new adventures and new experiences and all kinds of people. They don't judge so easily. So grow younger. That's another thing. When you're stressed out, you age faster. If you want to remain young, it's not the cosmetics that will make you young. It's your inner being that decides, your biological age that determines how young you are. And your biological age is determined by your belief system, by the box in which you live. All right. Take moments to contemplate on what I have said. The conscious mind has this very, very strong way of being in control, so it won't let you go deep in anything, because it says, oh yeah, I understand everything, let's go forward from here. Okay, to really understand something, you need to reflect on it, reflect more and more on it. And if this, whatever I said, resonates with you, start working on it. And of course, if you want to learn how to get out of your comfort zone and use some professional help, then I am a life coach, I'm a hypnotherapist and an energy healer, and you can always connect with me. I work globally across the world. There are no medications, nothing. It's all by talks. So hypnotherapy works very good on phone, on Skype. Energy work, of course, works across time and space. So you can use sometimes another way of working on expanding your comfort zone is through energy work. Or you can find somebody local. Either way, do something. All right, have a wonderful, wonderful, awesome day. Bye-bye.